After working with vegetables of no commercial value provided by Giant Supermarket last week, this week the chefs decided that a better idea would be to save delivery time, and to save the cost of delivery, they decided to go to Giant and pick out the vegetables from the bunch that are of no commercial value. This provided Giant a better insight on what the chefs would really like to work with, and they also took a tour around the supermarket to choose what common ingredients are that they can whip up to change and to cook different dishes.
So when we get to go to Giant to pick up the ingredient, check, it was much more easier for the student and interesting. So they can actually plan the menu ahead. So it's not like you receive the ingredient and you need to just work it out with what you receive. It's quite difficult and you cannot do whatever you want sometimes. So yesterday, when we went to pick the ingredient, the student actually come up with a lot of ideas. We actually make 2 menus after decide what we can do, and with Giant, depending on what they send, we make the menu like this. It was much more easier and much more interesting to go and pick the ingredient there.
For 5 weeks, the students and the chef has been working with ingredients and vegetables provided by Giant Supermarket. Now today is a special day because it marks the 5th week, but tomorrow is going to be even more interesting because we're going to take a trip up to Cameron Highlands to see the vegetable produce farm where Giant Supermarket gets their vegetables from. It'll be an exciting time for the students because after 5 weeks of working with these vegetables, they will finally be able to see the source of where it all came from. Now, if you're just as a little not so cooking savvy as I am, you will be probably wondering what this yellow vegetable is. So please stay tuned to the next part of this video where we'll be taking you tomorrow to Cameron Highlands. If you have ever wondered when you are walking down the supermarket, where do your vegetables come from, then this is the place to be. We are currently at the Malaysian Agri-Food Corporation factory where they're processing tomatoes. What they do is that once they've collected the tomatoes from the farm, they will put it through this processing line. What happens is the tomatoes get washed, they get picked out, and in the end, based on the different grades, they get packed into the boxes. Now, why are we here today? We are entering the 6th week of Waste Not, Want Not. And while week 5, we have seen Taylor students cooking up based on the food that they have chosen from Giant Supermarket. The day after today, we have decided to take a trip here to Cameron Highlands to learn more about where vegetables come from. We hope that from this trip, the students will be able to see the origins of the ingredients of their cooking and to give them a better idea on the freshness of these ingredients. From the processing and the packing of the tomatoes to the place where the tomatoes are actually planted. We are currently in Mardi Tanah Rata, still in Cameron Highlands. Right next to me is the greenhouse where the tomatoes are planted via the hydroponic technique. As you can see, the Taylor students are actually getting ready to go into the greenhouse. Unfortunately, photography is not allowed in the greenhouse because the plants are very sensitive, even to human touches, and visitors going into the greenhouse also have to be restricted by a group of 5. Well, it's been an exciting week for Waste Not, One Not. On Wednesday, the chefs and the students went to Giant Supermarket to take their pick on the ingredients that they want to use and also to take their pick from the fruits and vegetables that are of no commercial value to Giant Supermarket. On Friday, as usual, they cooked up a storm for 400 students of SMK Batu 14 Puchong as well as Taman Medan. This week's menu was lemon chicken, butter rice and a surprise dessert of jelly, orange jelly. Today we've all come up to Cameron Highlands so that the students would be able to learn about the supply chain management of vegetables as well as to take a closer look at where fresh produce come from. Next week, the finale of Waste Not, One Not is going to be an interesting event as we go back to Taman Medan as well as a new secret location where the students will not only cook but they will also perform and sing and entertain. So do watch out for next week's Waste Not, One Not.